Video games. Video games are a part of most of our lives. I am pretty sure everyone watching this video has played at least one before. They are a great form of entertainment as you take the place of the main character with a tragic backstory and sometimes even forget that you're just playing a game. Now, what about online games? Those are video games that you can play with or against other people around the world. Sounds cool, and it is. But as with everything, there's disadvantages. And sometimes they take a dark turn as they progressively damage our lives, even without knowing it. Okay, maybe that's a little bit exaggerated, but trust me, anything in excess or utilized wrong can end up being catastrophic. Before anything else, in case you live under a rock, a video game is a game played by electronically manipulating images produced by a computer program on a television screen or other display screen. Nowadays, we have all sorts of platforms to play in, such as gaming desktop computers and laptops. Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, smartphones, and tablets to play action, adventure, puzzle, roleplay, simulation, sports, strategy, platform, horror, shooter, survival, rhythm, stealth games, and so many more. There's a wide range of options to choose from. Video games have been evolutionating a lot since the first arcade games came out. So, why don't we take a look at the history of the video games? There isn't just one video game that came first, but actually there are three games that are being debated for this position. These games are Noughts and Crosses, also called OXO, that was like a digital tic-tac-toe. Then there was a video game called Tennis for Two that was the first two-player video game. Note that these video games weren't played on a console. In fact, OXO was played in a EDSAC, or also called EDSAC. That was the first stored program computer. And Tennis for Two was a little science experiment that was displayed in an oscilloscope. Now, the first video game to actually make it to a console was called Pong. Pong was a video game that, as its name suggests, is a ping pong simulator that was included with the Magnavox Odyssey console. This was the first commercial video game console ever created. Also, remember that back then, video games were only playable through cabinets that you could only find in arcades. So, being able to play these games at home was pretty revolutionary.
This is The Island of Kismai, a Dungeons & Dragons type of game, and Michael Orkin, a statistician who's designed and played his share of games, is playing it for the first time with two other people 2,000 miles away in real time.
Now, one of the first commercial multiplayer online video games ever created was called Islands of Kismai. which is considered a major forerunner of modern, massively multiplayer online role-playing games, which, as the name suggests, they are games that can hold a ton of people playing at the same time. It was a multi-user dungeon or MUD mod genre game, innovative in its use of roguelike pseudo-graphics. Since then, a ton of popular online games have been popping up. From the 2000s to this date, some of the most recognized multiplayer video game franchises and games have been the multiple Call of Duty games, Grand Theft Auto 5, FIFA games, F1 games, Minecraft, Need for Speed games, and many, many others.